Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. So this is what happens when you ring the bell and you're waiting in the chat and you say, yes, 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 yes. I go live early. Otherwise, you'd have missed all the fun and games of the fair. So there you go. Tap the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. We've got the Levi earnings tonight. So tap the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Levi earnings is quite a way off, actually. It's in an hour and a quarter. So the build up, we should get information in about 20 minutes time. We'll cover that for you. We've got the analysis ready to rock and roll. So I've got the analysis ready here. This is Levi Strauss. We're looking at the valuations. We'll go over all that in a minute. But the reason we're covering this is because of tariffs, because of apparel. Nike, they make all their shoes in Vietnam, and so do Levi Strauss, have a lot to do with Vietnam. So we should get some idea of how the tariffs are playing out and how it will affect the broader, wider market. So that's why we're covering that this afternoon. All right. Well, there you go. What a day it's been today. Up and down like a flipping yo-yo. CNBC lying, making up stories. I'll tell you all about that when everybody comes in. Unbelievable today. CNBC jumping the gun twice, giving false information twice, just to sell stories and be the first. And I actually reported on it before anybody else, and called them out on it before they even realized what they were doing themselves. I'll come on to that in a minute. Unbelievable. CNBC, the Central News Business Channel, made up two stories today, and I debunked both of it before there was confirmation from the TV sources, because I have a connection in the White House press room, and it was completely nonsense. And then they reported on something else, which is also nonsense. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. So there you go. One of the benefits with being part of the Lucas family, right? We try to be first, but only if it's accurate. It's not hard really to get these facts right, particularly these two I'm going to mention in a minute. So who's in the chat this afternoon? We've got Jeffrey Diamond. Levi also owned Dockers. Didn't know that. Martin, hope everyone grabbed some bargains this morning. I did. I bought 12 shares of the S&P exactly to the penny of the bottom, if that was the bottom, of course, but the bottom for today. It was at 2 o'clock this morning, right there. That's when it was. That was the time there. That's when I bought it. 12 shares. And if it goes down there again, I shall buy another 12 shares. In fact, I'll buy more. I'll buy 20 shares next time. Which will be about $8,000, somewhere in that region, I suppose. But I'm not going to buy any more unless it does. I don't need to. We've got enough now to make the $1 million target. That's all we need to do. Now we just pay off margin. Bargain now, says Vaz. Hello, hello, hello. Did you see my message about vertical aerospace? Yes, we've just been talking about that, Vaz, haven't we? And Vaz is going to cover the vertical aerospace pre-market on May the 13th, the earnings. Vaz is going to cover it. It might be on the main channel. It might be on the extra channel. We shall see. Depends on what's going on that day. In fact, I could see what's going on that day, couldn't I? I can see right now. May the 13th. Let's have a look. I can go that far ahead. May 13th. All right, so May the 13th, this is pre-market, he said, didn't he? Yes, he did. So this is what's going on May the 13th, pre-market. Alibaba, Home Depot, Onan, Sony, Petrobras, Cyberpark, SE, Luna. There you go. That's an interesting one. Let's see if we've got Ocugen. That's a popular one on the show. I'm trying to see vertical aerospace on this list. They're all here, every single one. Let me have a look. Have I gone past it? Have I gone past it? I haven't. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, Vaz, is it on here? Did you give me the wrong day? I don't know. It's a very busy day. I haven't got it on there. Vertical Aerospace on that day. You said it was May 13th, right? I don't see it on that day. Did I just go past it? You're shouting at the screen going, yes, you just went straight past it. I'm looking for something beginning with a V. Kind of makes sense. And I don't see it on there. That doesn't mean to say it's not. I didn't see Vertical Aerospace. There we go. May the 13th, pre-market. No, I didn't see that. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to type it up to here. And we're on standby for the earnings for Levi Strauss tonight. Sorry, Vertical. Oh, it begins with E. I bet I missed it, didn't I? EVTL. Did I miss an E there? I'm tired, folks. I haven't slept for 2 days to do all this work, so I may have just gone straight past it because I was looking for V. If I don't see this, it's a lot quicker, you know, just to type it in. But no, let's not do it the easy way. Oh my God, that's twice now. If I just typed it in the first time, why didn't I do that the first time? EVTL, Vertical Aerospace. Their earnings, here it says, their earnings is September the 17th. There'd be one before then. That's the history. On May the 13th. Oh, I see. It's an estimate. It might not be that day. That's why it's not showing up. Oh, hang on a minute. That's next year. Why can't I see it then? Yeah. They're not showing it yet. Anyway. They'll show it in all good time, I'm sure. But they're not showing it at the moment. That's perfectly fine. Unless I'm completely, as I said before, I'm half asleep now because of 2 days of no sleep, but that's okay. May the 13th. So pre-market, I might be doing one as well then. In fact, I'm sure I will be. And if I'm doing one, I probably will be doing, I don't know. What will I be doing out of that lot? There's a good question. I don't know, actually, out of that lot. I don't know. I shall see. Nothing jumps out to mind other than not really Petrobras. Home Depot is probably important. In fact, and Luna, intuitive machines. That's a big one for us as well. A bit of space there. So, in fact, I think I've been asked to do that one. Anyway, there we go. That was 10 minutes of airtime you're never going to get back in it. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. May the 13th, I'm in, says Vaz. Thank you. Closing the days with gains. 4.1. Great. Who would have thought it? I would. Which is why I was up buying the dip. I'm going to be honest. I could just pretend and be all humble and go, yeah, who'd have thought it? I would. It's why I was up buying the dip. All right. Why I was talking to people. So there you go. Yes, said Zach8. Yes. Go live. Brian says go live. Everyone says go live. DJ Hayes. Yes. Good. I'm ready and waiting for the stream. Chris Schultz. I'm loving it. How are you, Chris? We're doing the Levi Strauss earnings tonight. We might as well ring the bell in a moment as well. Hello, said Sensei Crypto. How you doing, mate? How are you? Maximilian, hello to you. Brian's here. Midnight Cowboys here. Evening. What was it? Midnight. That's it, Midnight Bob. It was Midnight Bob, wasn't it? I was trying to think, what was it? What was your nickname? Thank you for going live, Martyn. Every other show is boring compared to the Martyn Lucas Network. That's right. Every other show is boring. Every channel is boring. I agree. Couldn't agree more. Might be too a small company to be on the list. They are an email announcing the call this morning. Okie dokie. They have confirmed it on investor email this morning. I'm already registered for the broadcast. No, it's not on the screen. Why don't you just look? Yeah, I tell you what, I don't need to bother, all right? Because I'm so tired, I'll do this. This is what I'm going to do. Right. Is it on the screen, Vaz? Right? I'm not going to look. I'm just going to go, is it on the screen? And you can go down a bit, up a bit, to the right, to the left. There it is. Zoom in. Anyway, there we go. We've worked it out, folks. Bit of useless TV for 10 minutes, but doesn't matter. Good evening, Ninja Cowboy. Not been as bad a day as we thought it was going to be. Hello, everyone. What do you mean, Simon? What do you mean it wasn't as bad? What do you mean? We're 20%, 25% down, I think it was, on the S&P. That's pretty bad. That's why I bought 12 shares. But anyway, good evening, Ninja Cowboy. Not been as bad a day as we thought it was going to be. Hello, everyone. Simon Redner, hi. No, said Vaz. No idea what you're saying no to, because now it's out of context. I don't know what it is. You invested into any hydrogen. No, I'm not. I'm 100% in the S&P 500. Maybe to the right a bit. Yeah. All right, we've done that now. We can move on. So before I bring you the bell, we're going to ring the bell in 6 minutes' time. And then we're going to go over to the Levi Strauss earnings. It's an important one to sort of see how the tariffs are playing out. That's why we're covering it. So I should probably put that on the screen. So if anyone is tuning in going, I thought you were doing Levi Strauss. Why are you not doing Levi Strauss? Well, we are, because there it is. Now it's official. So two things today. Unbelievable. People are so desperate to bring out any news. It makes a mockery, quite frankly, of the media. Every day it's just a mockery for the media. So today you may have noticed what has been going on. If you pay attention, you probably don't, do you? You wait for me to tell you, don't you? I know what you do. Well, this is what happened today. First of all, we had a tweet from the White House. And the moment the tweet came out, I just ended the show and I went live. And I went live because I had a tweet about 5 seconds later saying it was false. I've got friends in the press room of the White House, and the text that went out was false. However, it didn't stop CNBC saying, and in fact, the whole stock market went about 7%. Boom, straight up. Because apparently Donald Trump was doing a deal and everything was getting sorted out. He was doing, he agreed to move out 90 days on the tariffs. Not that really going to help you. That just brings more confusion. Now we've got another 90 days of we don't know what's going on. But anyway, everyone got excited because the market wants to go up, right? The market is like a coiled spring. It wants it to go up, and because it wants it to go up, anyone's just got to, say anything, and up it goes. And up it goes, right? So I got this tweet, absolutely hilarious. We got this tweet come out, and people jumped on the bandwagon, and the market went up crazy. And I came live within seconds saying that don't chase this. Don't chase it. It's complete rubbish, right? Don't buy it. Don't chase it. It's going to come straight back down again. And it did because it was nonsense. And my White House connection told me it was a false fake news, even though it came from the White House. So it's kind of like, yeah, right, it was fake news, but you put it out yourself. All right, okay, whatever. So I went live, and I think I've got it here. There it is. This was the second it happened. This one here. All right. So I got a text, tell me. So I went live and said tariff pause. There's no tariff pause. It was all nonsense, but everyone covered it. Now you think that's bad. All right. Not only did Wall Street buy it and pump it without anyone checking, because no one really cares. It's not about the facts. It's just about whether there's news or not. Just make some news and everyone buys it and then everyone dumps it, of course. Now, those who can, there should be an investigation to inside trading, really, because if whoever it was who tweeted it out just bought a ton of the S&P 500 just to pump it up, to dump it, it's technically illegal. But anyway, the government can seem to do what they want. But that's what actually happened, right? So I covered that story on it. But that's not the worst of it. So CNBC are going with a complete made-up story, a false bit of news, just put it out anyway. Once that was done, it got worse. About an hour later, one of the newscasters said, the NASDAQ is up 1%, and ran with this for about an hour. And I'm like looking at my phone, looking at the NASDAQ going, no, we're down. We're down. Why are they saying it's up? And they ran with that for about an hour saying it, and then the NASDAQ is up. You know, NASDAQ is up. And it wasn't up, it was down. And I looked at my phone and I thought, why are they saying that? And it went on for about an hour. Of this absolute nonsense. And then they said, we can't quite work out what happened there. And this is the Central News Business Channel. Unbelievable. So, yes, it was quite funny, really, that they ran with that story. It was a complete made-up story. But there you go. That was all very good, well and good. Thought it was quite funny. And so there you go. We report two stories today that was completely made up. Anyway, let's read some more comments. I got more space today on the dip. Congratulations. Yeah, I mean, Virgin Galactic's level today is either it's bankrupt or not. I mean, it's so undervalued if you look at the value of the cash on the books and the assets. If you're buying Virgin Galactic at these levels, it's all or nothing, right? I mean, this reminds me of Virgin Orbit, 10 cents or whatever it was. If you can't go of course you can go lower, but you're paying like so much under book value now that it doesn't really matter at this level. I mean, I would wager that Sensei would not be able to chart this because it's just unexplored territory. It's so low, it's just off the chart. It's like going to the deep at the bottom of the ocean. There's no way to map this. Anyway, I'd love to know what Sensei thinks of that. Check it out. I have my blue badge, Ninja Cowboy. You do 1 month, which means you can now access Discord now. So if you give me your Discord username, I can upgrade you for the free service. If you want the premium service, which is only a couple of bucks, it's completely different. It gives you priority. I reply to all your comments. You get immediate access. You get priority access. And I accept your friend request and everything else. So there is Discord. If you want the free service, give me your Discord username. I can now upgrade you because you are blue. All right, the bell. The Sensei bell has gone, and let's have a look at the market. I predict it's going nowhere. Yep, exactly the same as before. Just bounced up from this morning. I'm not buying it. I'm not selling it. It needs to go lower for me to buy more. It's nice. It's under my average. So I could buy more, but I don't need to buy more. My goal now is to pay off all of my margin over time. So I don't need to buy any more. Because I've renegotiated my margin to 4% now. So Robinhood, it's 5.25. I've now got my margin for 4%. So I technically, I'm going to be paying off with my dividends. I don't even need to actually, as I say, it'll cover from the dividends of the S&P 500. So it's actually really, really good. Good luck with you negotiating a better deal as well. Right, there you go. Let's have a look. Surely there is some oxygen, some hydrogen Surely there's some hydrogen in VU. Surely there is some hydrogen. I don't know. That's a good question, right? Oh, the studio has turned green. We got a green day. Shall we go green? We're waiting for Levi Strauss. This is what we're covering tonight. Oh, there goes Levi. Let me see if we've got some news. I wonder if Wall Street have got it.
At the bottom without a recession, then I think we're at a place that's a pretty compelling entry point already, which is like anything below 5,100, you're looking pretty good. However, if we have a recession, then, we're 500 points lower. My view is we're not going to have a recession, that the policies that have been proposed are not sustainable. It's kind of more, should be looked at more as an opening negotiation. And therefore, I do think we're going to avoid recession.
Nothing there yet. I'll keep my eye on Levi Strauss. We're interested in it. Tonight, we're covering the earnings. The earnings is in 57 minutes from now. So stand by for Levi Strauss earnings. If I get any news on it, I shall bring it to you. Yesterday, no, nothing at the moment. We're going to keep an eye on it. As soon as I got it, I get it, I'll bring it to you. The overall market has turned green. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, good. Congratulations, Ninja Cowboy. Yeah, Ninja Cowboy. Love it. Thanks, guys. Europe is going to negotiate. They have to. They need it. I do agree with that. Journalism is dead. Yeah. Not on this channel. I hope it's not, though, Jerry. We try to bring you, well, we do. Don't try. We do bring you news, and we verify news. And we don't say the NASDAQ is up if it's down, or vice versa. Anyway, that's not, that's not a mistake. That's knowingly doing that for an hour. Trump probably did it himself. The fake news on tariff pause. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. 2 minutes to the closing bell. We just done the closing bell. You're behind. Please tap the like button. Thank you very much. Vanessa is here this afternoon. Lovely stuff. Upgrade me, Justin C. Justin C, I can't upgrade you. You're not a member. You're not a member of the channel. So I'm sorry I can't do that. If you want to become a member, there is the membership link. I had a gold members one-on-one today with Alex. Alex is a gold member, and we had our one-on-one today. If you are a gold member, we can have a live one-on-one video call like the phone-ins, except it's private. We're off air and ask all your questions. That was a good session this afternoon. Thank you, Alex. James 007's here. SMCI blast today. Congratulations to you. After today, only 33.9% down overall. Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter about the overall. No one is up. Well, some people are up overall. Doesn't matter. Long-term investors do not care about being down overall today. Absolutely not important at all. It was all about acquiring more shares, which is exactly what we did. But don't rush it and chase it. Even though we're down, there could be some bigger opportunities here. So I'm holding $50,000 in cash. As you can see, that, well, not cash, that's margin. But I don't anticipate spending that. And every month now, that should go up by about $10,000 or $12,000 every month now, until margin is gone. So it's a good position. Good position, especially now it's only costing me 4%. Right. Let's carry on. Likes, people, likes. Need help, smash the like. Yeah, what are we doing? 31 likes. What's all that about? You see, I've gone off the boil today, obviously. XRP made a good recovery. Stammer's real. Stammer's real. I guess I'm down for another hoo-hoo. I'm down for another hoo-hoo. Is that? I plan on having a second cash emergency fund for market crashes. Yeah, I don't plan on having any cash. As I say, I just use margin. Don't believe in holding cash at all. I don't. I just chuckled over that. I'm up 2.8% today. I'm loving it. I'm nibbling to the bottom. Impossible to time it. Yes and no. I would like to say to you, I bought exactly to the penny, the bottom this morning. At 2 o'clock this morning, I told you I was on the phone and I bought there at exactly 5 minutes to 2. There. I bought to the penny the exact bottom this morning, just there. Why did I do that? Well, I told you I was in correspondence with some hedge funds and some CEOs who were buying, and the reason why is it was the trigger point for the circuit breaker, right above the circuit breaker point, and others were all buying at the same time, so we all agreed, let's buy it. So I was up at 5 to 2 this morning, and I bought a ton of the S&P 500, which was a leap of faith because the money hadn't arrived, but there you go. If you scroll down here, you can see there, look. If I scroll there, look, you can see it. There you go. 1:51 a.m. Exactly at the point. That's my best ever trade. If you want to, it's not technically a trade, is it? It's my best ever timing. If you want to talk about timing the market, no one could have timed the market better than that. That was my best ever time. And it was done because a group of other people with loads and loads of money were all buying at the same time, and it made perfect sense. And I put it on X at the time, so you could have took advantage of it, and everyone could benefit from that information. So there you go. And because of that, I've swung from 11% down. Bloody hell, look at that. 12 grand down. Oh my God, I didn't even realize. I've had a $13,000 day. Well, they say as your portfolio gets bigger, as you grow, you don't notice it. You know when they said, there's a famous incident when Warren Buffett was asked, what's it feel like to lose millions of dollars? And he said, I haven't, I've not sold. Well, I just swung 13 grand and I didn't even notice it. How about that? That's kind of a cool thing, isn't it? When you think about it, a few years ago, started with 5 grand. Here I am in one day swinging 13 grand, and I didn't even notice it, and I didn't even mention it. Flipping heck. That's a thing, isn't it? Anyway, impossible to time it. What a legend. Not if you're on the phone, it's not, Jason. Justin, I just showed you how I did it. Congratulations on that buy timing. I also bought at the same time. Did you? I was really scared. Do you think tomorrow it will continue? Still, I'm afraid the Black Monday will be tomorrow, the Black Tuesday. Yeah, this is why I'm not buying anymore, and I didn't buy anymore. I want all that $50,000 on standby because I'm expecting still a 10 to 20% drawdown. So, yeah, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't. Remember, the golden key to investing is you don't need to do it. Remember on how I told you I was sold my car because I didn't need to own it. It's important that when you don't need something, you'll always get a better deal. I should have applied that when I was selling my gold card to Sensei. I should have said, nah, I don't need the money. I really wanted those shares of the S&P. I should have gone, nah, don't need it. No, I didn't do it, did I? I got really excited and went, you got to buy it today. You got to buy it today. See, and we can all make mistakes. So there you go. Martin, as you pay back margin, will your interest rate go up as the amount borrowed? No, 4% now. Thank you very much. We did time it better on my live. Exact 50% retrace on the chart. We saw it on the live yesterday when futures opened. I mentioned this is a very important level, even before the market opened as well. There you go. Sensei's trying to get in on it. Sensei, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you had nothing to do with that, mate. You were asleep, mate. You had nothing to do with that. That was all me on the phone. Get out of it. Don't you take my glory. Oi. This is a good news. We've got Levi Strauss going up. The overall market is going up. We're swinging again. Hey. Levi Strauss. Let me get to it. We got 45 minutes before the earnings. Let me see if we've got any news coming through. Levi Strauss. Are they putting any information out? It could be guessing. Yesterday, no news there yet. Levi, available after hours, nothing yet. Very low expectations. This is what I've been saying for a while now. We've got such low expectations for everything that it could just go one way. I got to get a Robinhood Gold or something equivalent so I can trade overnight. I'm missing out. Here is my link for Robinhood. USA, you get free stocks if you're in the USA. If you're Robinhood UK, you get some free shares of Robinhood UK. So if you're UK or USA, there is a link in the chat. Get yourself sorted. Get some free shares. Everyone's a winner, babe. That's no lie. Midpoint of the true capitulation, I feel. I got to, I think I'm with you there. Congratulations on another achievement. Well, what did I do? What's the achievement? Zach, what did I do? I missed it when you said it, so I don't know what it means. Dr. Frank Melton is crying with laughter. So Levi's is saving the market like Nvidia used to. Yeah, well, I don't think so. Hello, Chris Schultz. I went for a wee around the time you bought the shares, Martin. Does it count? Yeah, it does. That does. You were up and about. You were just wasting your time, though. You were going for a midnight pee when you could have been buying the S&P. Oh, hello. You were going for a pee when you could have bought the S&P. You were going for a pee when you could have bought the S&P. Oh, yeah, that's a rap song. Right there. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. Earnings, net revenue, 1.5 billion. Here we go. We're 3% on reported basis, 9% on organic basis versus Q1 2024. The Levi's brand was up 8% globally on organic basis. Diluted earnings per share from contributing operations was 35 cents compared to diluted loss per share from continuing operations of 3 cents in Q1 24. Adjusted diluted earnings per share was 38 cents. Thank you, Sensei. Hi, Martin from Portugal. Pedro, how you doing? These days are showing us the real market roller coaster, like days. Just hang on and learn as much as possible. Compared to 25 cents in Q1 24, net income from continuing operations was 140 million compared to the net loss from continuing operations of 10 million Q1 2024. Adjusted net income was 150 million. Thank you, Sensei. All the intimations coming in the chat. There you go. You can see it. Lovely jubbly. Let me go back to the main portfolio. Yep, we're holding up green. That's the biggest swing ever. That's the biggest swing in one day. We were down at 12 grand. And now we're up nearly 2. That's 14 grand in a day. That's not a bad day, is it? $14,000 in a day. Now, I told you this morning I could be at an all-time high tonight. It's 148, 149. We're $11,000 off an all-time high. Considering we were down 60 grand, I think you can agree it's been a rather good day. All right? We're going to be at an all-time high very, very quickly, but we don't have to buy, we don't have to worry, we don't have to stress. Everything is good. 12th, I see the 12,000 swing day achievement. I wonder what you meant for a moment. Is after hours trading only in whole shares? No, after hour. I see. After hours trading, yes, yes. Oh, hang on. Yes. After hours, and I was thinking about overnight. After hours and overnight, we're 24/7. We're 24/5 now, aren't we? So yes, if you are a Robinhood Gold customer, yes. If after hours trading anyone, yes, that's right. Said Stellar Life. Thank you very much. Yes, that is correct. I spent more money today and Friday buying the dip, and I've spent my entire life combined. I'm now 65 to 35 in the market. I'm spending, finally, songs for space. I was drinking a tea when Martin bought the S&P. It's getting better. It's my delivery, though, isn't it? My delivery is what does it. Brian Bynum, thank you. No bars. Sorry, Martyn Lucas. No bars. You mean bars in music? What do you mean? Stick to being the world piano man. Rap is not your strong point. She's right, you know. Bit rude, but she's right. Listing, hello everyone, how you doing? Today was great for me as well. Still sketchy market, but I'm happy to buy things cheap last week. Levi reported earning results today. Revenue 1.53 billion, versus 1.54 billion expected. EPS 0.38 versus 0.28 expected. Yes, it's a beat. Remains globally recognized and trusted brand with over 170 years of history. Yes, we love it. Continue to successfully expand its DTC operations, both online and through its branded stores, boosting margins and allowing better control over inventory pricing and customer data. 15 likes. What has everyone got? Sore fingers? Yeah, I'll sort that out in a minute, mate. The company's experienced a declining sales in the US wholesale segment, which still makes up a meaningful portion of revenue. While the restructuring plan has clear financial targets, the execution risk remains high, especially with leadership transitions and cost cutting, potentially disrupting operations or innovation. The trading hours is a bit wacky. I never know. Sometimes it works, others it doesn't. XLM or XRP. But Sensei is the man to talk to every Sunday live at 3 p.m. Central. Okay, what a swing. 13 grand in a day. My biggest ever swing from top to bottom. 13 grand in a day. What did I do? I bought some more S&P when it was down there. And I'm never selling, ever. Not even when I need the money, I'll be borrowing against it. Right, there was something. Yes, the likes, that's what we were looking at. How long we got? We got 40 minutes before the earnings call. This is the earnings call. This is not much to look at, if I'm honest. Not much to look at. It's a white screen. There you go. That's what you get with Levi Strauss. Nothing. But we will get the audio when it begins. And when it begins, we'll show the audio, we'll show the chart, and we'll all talk Levi Strauss. And we'll talk over them, basically. When the CEO starts speaking, what we'll do is we'll talk over it. So it makes it like really hard to listen to. That's what we'll do. Levi Strauss is now turning green. I wonder if it will take the market up. Let's have a quick look. We're loving it, loving it, loving it. The overall market is going up. Be a 14 grand swing in a moment. There you go. Nice, nice, nice. Let's get the visuals on it if we can. Let's get the visuals on it. And, oh, look at that. There you go. Now you can put a visual to it. Sensei was right, of course. Of course he was. I wasn't going to read it out otherwise. Sensei told us we had an estimate of 28 cents. We got a 38 cents. A very nice beat indeed. A very nice beat indeed. Expectation was down. This is what I've been saying about the upcoming earnings. If we get the expectations all to be so low and good beats, then we're on for a good little run. That's what I anticipate. 10% this year, but for me, it'll be 25 to 30%. In fact, it'll be more than that. About 35% this year because of the dip, especially as I bought on the way down and especially as I potentially bought the very bottom to the penny, by the way. And that wasn't done on charts, Sensei. That was done on phone calls. Are you buying it? Yep, I'm buying it. Right, here we go. Admittedly, they were buying millions of shares, but I bought 12. But the point was, I still bought at the same time. That's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. So there you go, Levi. Now then, we're going to cover Levi earnings in 40 minutes. Hi, Martyn. Nice stream. Have you managed to watch the Trolls premiere videos today? Oh, dear. Yeah. I don't care. I don't watch. I got no time for stupidness. I'm too busy making money, mate. But yeah, I don't watch trolls making videos on me anymore. There's loads of people doing it. Couldn't care less. I was drinking a tea while Martyn was buying the S&P and Vaz was taking a pee. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. I was drinking a tea while Martyn was buying the S&P and Vaz was taking a pee. That's brilliant. I mean, that's quality right there. Nice time to wear jeans. Cheers, Ninja Cowboy. Smash the like button, Ninja Cowboy. Yeah, all deployed in cash. I got one left. Bought 38 shares about 20 minutes ago. Hey, chart, good. Phone call, rubbish. Chart, rubbish. Phone call, great. Because your chart is like, well, this is what people are expected to do. I knew what people were doing. That's why at 1:55 in the morning, with several phone calls, I was buying. And so what are you talking about? Even though I didn't even have the money. That's how convinced I was. Yeah, you couldn't do that with a chart, mate. There's no way you could do that with a chart, is there? Definitely not. You're going to spend $6,000 with money you haven't even got. My margin was empty, if you remember. There was no money, but I was still buying it. No chart's going to give you that conviction. I tell you what, Sensei, if you can come out with a chart which makes you spend $6,000 at 2 o'clock in the morning without even having any money to pay for it, you let me know. I'll have that chart all day long. I always wear Levi's, my favourite jeans to wear. The 511s. I'm a 501 man. The professionals, 501s, only way to go. Right, okay. So how long have we got? Levi Strauss. I love it. I'm loving it. We've got half an hour. What are we going to talk about? Anyone got any ideas? Should we play a crossword? I wonder if we could have like an online game. I wonder if there's an online game where we could play like crossword while we're waiting. Maybe people who are tuning in might think it's a bit rubbish if we did that. But anyway, quite funny, really. Yeah. I always wear Levi's, my favourite jeans. Let's have some fun, shall we? Shall we go troll fishing? I'm bored now, so I might as well. John Wilson, which particular troll are you talking about? There's quite a few. There's some channels that actually like to report on me, like I report on Meet Kevin, and then there are channels that like to report on me where nobody watches. So which ones are you talking about? There's half a dozen. So which ones? You said, hi, I'm Martyn, nice stream. Have you managed to watch the Trolls premiere videos today? Which one are you talking about? Go on. I'm inviting you now. I'm inviting you. Are you still here, John Wilson? Let's see if you're still here. What's it? Kahoot. You in cahoots? Oh, I love it. He's in cahoots. Holoquatel is in cahoots. No, sorry, no. Sensei's in cahoots. Levi. Yes, we're covering Levi Strauss live on the show. It's half an hour before the call starts. Yay, troll hunting. Yeah, shall we do it? Shall we go troll hunting today? Let's see. Let's see if they walk into the trap. There's always a trap. It's never straightforward. So, let's see. Let's see. Oh, hello. Hang on a minute. I've got Levi Strauss updated. Let me refresh the screen. They've updated themselves. They might have some fancy slides. Sometimes we get slides. I wonder if we will. Nope, just the music. The usual boring music. Let me turn the sound effects up a minute. That should be up there. Right. I wish I have your patience. Ahmed, I wish I have your patience. In what way? In dealing with what? What is it you want more patience in? Check private message. Oh, hello. Check private message. Oh, what, a text? Oh. Yeah. Exactly. That's why I asked the question, Sensei. That's why. Do you want to call in? Did you want to call in? Sensei wants to call in. I think Sensei wants to call in. There's the link, Sensei. This is just for Sensei. Well, in fact, it's for any member, actually. Any member. If you want to call in. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. It's getting better and better every day. Oh, life is good. So, Sensei, you want to call in, mate? I'm waiting for you. I'm on the line. I'm ready to rock and roll. We're ready to rock and roll. We can have some fun this afternoon. I'm in the mood this afternoon to go troll fishing. Really would love it. Bring it on. Let's have it. Kahoot. Sport bodies. Kahoots. Sensei. What's all this cahoots? What's all this cahoots? Phoning up hedge funds and CEOs at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. What about it? Anyway, are you calling in, Sensei? Shall I check my messages again? Did you not mean that? Did you mean it or not? Tomorrow's Tuesday, innit? Tomorrow's Tuesday. Yeah, innit? Your mood improved after I didn't get to sleep. I didn't get a chance to sleep. This is running on fumes. I'm happy because we're growing so quickly. My portfolio is growing. We're building the Lucas army is getting pretty wild. The extra channel will be bigger than the main channel. That's really amazing. And the amount of people now in my circle is just getting ridiculous. Each CEO introduces me to another one. So it's just really, really growing. And I'm just so excited about life, even though I'm tired because I've been up for 2 nights researching and working on this and answering all your questions on all the socials. Kahoot is a game we can play. No, sorry, I got confused. So you're not calling in. What? Are you available? Are you available for a call? Oh, that was that was an hour ago. Oh, I see. So you don't want to call in. Didn't realise it's in 5. Oh, I see. No, sorry. Oh, bloody hell. I'm glad. Well, that was 5 minutes we won't get back. And it Sensei. That's 5 minutes we won't get back. Drink some tea or go for a pee. Get up early. Buy the SNP. You should have weekly contests where we can where we guess what stock or crypto price would be in a week from now. The closest wins a free mug. No, we don't give mugs away for free here. We make money. Sensei does that on his show. He could do that. In fact, I don't know why we're saying he could do that. He already does. No, so I mean, at the end of the day, we're not going to encourage that, are we? Too tired to call in. Simon, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. You control yourself when the market's down. Little people can do that. Well, thank you very much indeed. It's not really difficult though. When you understand what you own and you don't buy stocks, you buy businesses. It's not difficult. If you buy a business, and I mean really buy a business, you own a bit. It's like buying a house. When you buy a house, you know the house, right? You're not bothered, are you? You're not bothered about anything else in the world, are you? Your house is your house. You've bought the house. You went to see it. You know what it is. You know what it does. You like it. You bought it. You're happy with the price. Once you own it, you enjoy it, right? It provides you a service. If you buy stocks and shares, you're all over the place. Whereas if you buy a business and it earns money for you 24/7, you just enjoy it. That's the point. I'm really disappointed the trolls didn't come back and have a go. I really was. I was welcoming. I wanted trolls to call in. I was hoping Fight Channel would call in one day. You remember we invited him every day. He never called in, did he? I gave him weeks and weeks and months. Call in, never called in. That's a great shame, isn't it? Anyway, you control yourself when the market's down. Little people can do that. Thank you, I appreciate it. Trolls, Kahoot is a game we can play. How can we play? How can we play Kahoot? Hello, everyone. Money Making Mitch, how you doing? All us members going to find Martyn troll and flood his or her comments. Don't even bother. Don't go and watch them. Well, you can if you want, actually. I don't care. But don't give them... That's what they want. It's like me. I did the same thing. I used to troll Meet Kevin. I still do. I troll Meet Kevin to try and get views. Well, other people try and troll me to get views. But let's not give it to them. Let's not give them free view. We don't do that on this show. You've got to be a sponsor. So we're not mentioning channels. If they want to get views, they got to sponsor the channel. All right. But anyway. All us members go and find a Martyn troll and flood his or her comments. Bingo game I play. Make a list of wild predictions at start of the year. Cross them off as they come true. Well, Namisha, I'd win that. because every one of my predictions has come true, every single one. So I've already won. We don't even need to play it. Bingo game. Make a list of wild predictions at the start of the year and cross them off as they come true. Have already crossed off 4 things. Namisha, you're smashing it. Sensei, give your mugs away. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I know he does, and I'm not happy about it. Right. How long have we got now? Levi Strauss. We've got 27 minutes. My God, this is dragging on, isn't it? This is dragging on. Sleep drunk. No idea what that means. I'm sure it means something funny, but I don't know what it means. Buying a house that then shrinks 25% on one day. Yeah, tends not to happen, does it? Tends not to happen. But the point is, when you buy a business, if you buy a business or a house, you only care about what the business does. You don't care about the value of the price, does it? Doesn't matter, does it? A house has a much more stable price tag to it. It can go up and down, but it's much more stable. Whereas a business still is stable. Coca-Cola is doing the same sort of business all the time. It's always growing. Stock price is completely irrelevant. Who cares what the stock price is? That's the mindset you've got to get into. The mindset you've got to get into is that you don't care what the stock price is. You're just simply looking for value. That's it. No more, no less. You're looking for value, and that's it. We can play Tin Can Alley, but put trolls instead of cans. We can't really knock the trolls over. They are actual human beings, right? We've got to be respectful to fellow humans. I mean, some people we do, not everybody, of course, but some people, we need to be respectful of humans, right? Even if they're trolls, right? We do still need to be respectful, don't we? We probably do. Should we not bother? No, we don't. Right, okay. If you've just tuned in, we're waiting for the Levi Strauss earnings. Tap the like button if you like stuff like this, and consider subscribing if you like stuff like this. Now then, are you ready? Tomorrow morning, we have some earnings for you. Does anybody want an earnings tomorrow? Remember, it's a member's perk. If you are a member, you can book an earnings. It's the 7th tomorrow. Hang on, that's May. April the 8th. What have we got? What have we got tomorrow? Right, tomorrow we've got Tilray earnings in the morning. Shall we do Tilray earnings just to get more views than Rod on Pal Group? Shall we just annoy him? Is Rod watching today? Because Rod, I guarantee, will want to do it. But if I do it, I'll get all the views. Shall we do it just to annoy him? Shall we do it? I think I'll do Tilray just to annoy Rod. He's going, no, don't do that. I'm doing Tilray tomorrow. I go, you do realise, mate, there's a million other channels that could do it. It doesn't matter. You're the one who gets all the views. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm doing it, just to annoy you. Yeah, but you're only part-time. Yeah, I am, aren't I? That's true. It's true. He's only part-time. Hang on. May the 8th. Yes, it's tomorrow, pre-market. Let me check the time. Shall we do it? Oh, they got a fancy new event tomorrow. This is looking interesting. Event details. There we go. 7:30 tomorrow morning. Okay. April 8th. Listen to the webcast. Okay. 8:30. 7 o'clock. I have to go early. Oh my God. I'll have to get up early. Okay. I'm doing it. I haven't decided yet. Malk, you have to be a member to request it. There's several choices. It's a $5 minimum super chat if you want Tilray earnings. There's Walgreens. I haven't decided which one I'm doing yet. Right? If you want Tilray, you've got to do a $5 super chat. If you don't do it, I'll do WDFC instead, just to annoy you. All right? WDFC, or I might do RPM. I don't even know who they are, but I'll do them just out of spite. Right? Tilray, bottom of the list now. Definitely bottom of the list. Walgreens, definitely the top. Definitely the top. So there it is. So if you want Tilray, it's a $5. What I suggest you do, 5 of you gang up, all agree to do it, and do hello.
Kent Paranormal and Herbex donated £5 through a super chat.
Now you know what that
Tilray
is.
Do it.
You know what that is, right? That's the power of the super chat, right? There's several trolls watching me this afternoon. We'll make videos tomorrow going, it's all about the memberships. It's all about the money with Martyn. So all he ever does is try to get money out of people. Yep. Yeah, I do. I do. I run this as a business to make money because it's a good show and it's worth some money. And that way everyone gets value. I make money and I buy the S&P. Yep, that's right. This is my job. I get paid to do it. Yep. Yeah, I do. Yep, I do. I'm going to admit it right now. Right. So there it is. We've got it booked in. So Tilray Brands, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Here we go. There you go. Kent Paranormal. Do you feel manipulated? Do you feel manipulated? Do you feel like I made you do it beyond your will? Because you can write a note into YouTube going, he made me do it beyond my will. Thank you, Leah. Did I do it? If I did, I want to know. Because if I did, and I did make you do it beyond your will, I'm going to do it even better next time. Next time, I'll make you pay $10. If you think I actually manipulated you, tell me, because tomorrow I'll do it even. Next time I'll do it even better. I'll make sure I manipulate you even more. Right, here we go. What's wrong with selling value and making money? Everything, apparently. Well, it is. If you're a channel not making any money, you hate channels that make money. It really annoys you, right? So what you got to do is provide some valuable content, and you too will make some money rather than wasting your time always doing trolling. Could do that, couldn't you? Anyway, me too, Jerry. What's wrong with some selling? Can we do half price? Can we do half price super chats? No, we can do double price super chats. No, I just wanted to do it to annoy the other guy. That's the way to do it. That's the way. That's what I want. Ken Paranormal says I'm doing it, not because you manipulated me, just to annoy the other guy. That's it. Martyn almost had me paying him overtime once. I did. I nearly made him pay me twice. Right, okay, here we go. So let me set this up very quick because we got the Tilray, we got whatever it is, Levi Strauss, isn't it? 1540. Okay, here we go. Right. Okay, you ready? Okay, this is Tilray Brands. How can we make a super chat, Ahmed? You don't know? Oh my God, you don't know. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll sort this out. We can't miss out on this. He doesn't know how to do a super chat. Could someone do a super chat to show him how to do a super chat? That's the best one. That's the best one. That's the best one I've ever done, is show someone how to do a super chat by doing a super chat. No, I wouldn't do that. That's too obvious, isn't it? What you do, Ahmed, see down here in the chat, you see the chat here. This is the chat. This is what you're looking at right now, right? You can, I was sick of, hey, don't worry, Joseph Kelly. Everyone's up to date. Everyone who stayed in the market, that's the point of staying in the market. Everyone says sell out, panic, put it in cash. No, stay invested. Just manage your funds properly. You click the little thing there, look, see the little dollar sign, and you do a super chat or a super sticker. If you do a super chat, it reads it out. Oh, he's done it. I don't believe it.
Ahmed donated 10 Emirati dirhams through a super chat. I find it.
Hey, Emirati dirhams, AED, what is that? What is that? Right, I've got to make this video really, really quick because in a minute we've got the earnings. So let me do it now. You ready? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Stand by. He found it. I know. Right, here we go. Tilray Brands, ticker symbol TLRY. Oh, hang on a minute. We got another super chat. It's gone crazy.
Kent Paranormal and Herbex donated £2 through a super chat.
Crazy.
Ta-da.
Thank you very much indeed. Tomorrow morning, nice and early, 7 a.m. Yes, I know. I've got to get up extra early tomorrow morning because someone gave me $5. $5 to get out of bed in the morning after tax, commission to YouTube. Is it really worth it? Yeah, it's worth it because it adds up. Remember all the $1 tips? I bought my house. Get millions of members all paying $1. You can buy a spaceship, all right? It's amazing what you can do. So Tilray Brands, tomorrow morning for $5, we're going to cover the earnings. Now, this will be interesting because recently my mate Rod on Power Group's been talking about this, and they've been thinking that this is about to go up because there's a little bit of good news coming out of Donald Trump around rescheduling. I don't think so. I've got a press room White House contact. It's how I learned about the little scandal this afternoon when the stock went up 7% and it was all a nonsense. There was a text sent out to CNBC and everybody started buying the stock and I said no, and I covered a video and went live straight away and went, this is a con. It's a fake. Talk about fake news. It came from the fake news fan club. Anyway, that's beside the point. So I happen to know that there's no good news around the corner for Tilray Brands. Donald Trump does not want to bring this into classification, but you never know. Who knows? Anyway, Tilray Brands, tomorrow morning, join us live on the earnings. And we're only doing it to annoy my mate Rod from Powell Group because he does this all the time. This is his main thing. But if I do it, we get all the views and no one will watch him. So we're doing it just to annoy him, really. We could just not bother, but we thought we'll do it just to annoy Rod. Mind you, I've given him loads of publicity, so he'll love it anyway. Do you know what? I'll even tag him. I tell you what, Rod, I'll even tag you in the video just to rub it in a little bit. How about that, to give my audience to you for free? There you go. That was a free gift. He's my mate. He don't mind. He loves it. He just got a free publicity, didn't he? Right. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, I'll put the Tilray Brands live earnings. And down here, how to always win and beat on Black Friday and beat trade wars. I gave you a full explanation of how to always win. 23 trades, 23 wins, and it took up this morning to the penny. I'm on the phone to the right people and bought the very bottom of the market. How did I do it? I'll explain it in that video down there. There is Tilray Brands. Join me in the morning. Rod, this is for you. Take care of yourselves and each other. Right. There you go.
Brian Bynum donated $2 through a super chat. Boom. Stay down, Rod. Too good for too long.
I love it. There you go. There you go. Right, back to Levi Strauss. There we go. Back to there. I'll put that out. I'll actually even tag. I'm going to tag Rod in it, and I'm going to send him the video. I'm just going to annoy him. I'm going to troll his channel. Right? I'm going to troll his channel. Hello, my new family, Jack Tremel. Jack Tremel, where are you from? Do you want to become a member of the family? You got to be a member. Get yourself a badge. And then you get all the members-only live streams. Members-only live streams, members-only videos. I engage with you on X and Instagram. There's my X, there's my Instagram. You get free trading. It's completely free. You can get premium service. You can go on the homepage of my channel. If you're a YouTuber, we can promote you, get everyone to follow you. We can do a million things. I guarantee you'll say it's the best membership you've ever bought, and it will never go up in price. In fact, it gets cheaper every year because inflation is not included. We don't increase with inflation. Over 4 years now, it's remained the same, and it gets cheaper and cheaper every year. I watched Rod's Powell Group live stream last night. It was good and I enjoyed it. Well, why are you coming on here, James, and telling people? Why are you promoting Rod's YouTube channel? He normally pays $99 to sponsor the channel, and now you're promoting him for free. Why are you doing this? Don't do it. Stop it right now. You're one of my major, you're like nearly a 2-year member, and you're promoting someone here for free. Hi, Matt. Hi, Martin. Why has the market gone up today, considering the 50% retaliatory tariffs on China and the 90% day pause on tariffs not being true? Why has it gone up today? Because it's oversold. That's why. That's why I bought it. You're focusing on price. You're focusing on price action. I'm focused on valuation. The market wants to go up. It's why we always say stay in the market. Stay in value assets. It'll go up by default just through inflation over time. That's what we say all the time on this channel. There's no fundamental reason. The markets just want to go up. When we talk about like the Fed can help out and do all this kind of stuff. It doesn't just happen, right? The Fed make it happen. Stocks don't just go up indefinitely because they do. It's because the mechanics makes it that way. It forces it to happen. Yes, is it corrupt? Is it pointless? Is it stupid? Probably. But that's how the world works. When you understand the mechanics of things, you realize actually it's got nothing to do with fundamentals half the time. It's to do with what goes on behind the machine. The machine wants the market to go up, so the market goes up. So if you remain in it, you go up with it. Simple as that, really. Does Rod have an emu? If he doesn't, he should get one. Mind you, he's dead now. He fell off a roof. Rod Ho. Yeah. He's 007 working undercover for you. Yeah, I know. It was the first one I ever watched. Martyn's live streams always get priority, let's see. James redeemed himself. James redeemed. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to message Rod. Let's see if he's in here. Pal group. Hang on. We are giving you a hard time. Jump in. Jump. Watch. Show now. Quick if you can. He goes, whenever you message me, it's always quick. Can I hurry up? Yeah, things move on, mate. If you want to be on the show, you got like 3 seconds. You snooze, you lose, mate. In 5 minutes, I'm doing the earnings. So take it or leave it. Right, let's see if he jumps on in. He's got like 10 seconds. I'm a dedicated Lucas aide. Yeah, I'll forgive you, mate. Don't you worry. We nearly fell out, but we're all good. Oh, yeah, I'm in for the long haul, margin and all. And I will just continue to add as much as I can each month. Dollar cost averaging. Don't mention dollar cost averaging to me. How many times do I have to go on about it? RB, did you buy with me this morning at 2 o'clock? I put it everywhere. I put it on my little socials. I was in Discord telling everyone. I was on the phone this morning telling you exactly the bottom this morning. Literally to the penny at the exact moment. And that I have had a $13,000 swing today from the exact moment I bought right there before the circuit breaker. I shared it online. I put it out everywhere for you. Told you all about it. That was the best time you could have ever used margin. There may never be a time like that ever again. But I do think we still got a 10%, so it could go back down again. Anyway, and I keep rubbing it in because I keep mentioning to Sensei it had nothing to do with charts. You can imagine he's wreathing right now. Sensei is wreathing. He's in his studio, like blowing like smoke's coming out of his nose, like a bloody great dragon, like that. He's seething. He's going, I study charts. You tell me. You can find out more about the precise price action to the penny with a phone call. Ooh, I don't like it. He doesn't like it. He's seething, right? I got near that bottom with 800 shares of space. Kent Paranormal, near the bottom doesn't count. Rubbish. Simon, rubbish. Near the bottom is not the bottom, right? Near the bottom ain't the bottom. Don't come on here telling me you got near the bottom. That's rubbish, right? It's either the bottom or it ain't. Right, how long we got? 10 minutes. Is Rod in the show yet? It's rubbish, isn't he? Where is he? I can't wait for him to come in. We'll give him a hard time. We'll give him a hard time when he comes in. Cheers. I've made a Kenko latte. Oh, nice. Kenko latte. Cheers, James 007. How are you, mate? If you've not got one of my mugs yet, so anybody, I recommend you get a mug now. Here's the shop, martynlucasshop.com. Because if you get it on Sunday, Sensei gives them away for free. So you should buy one in the shop right now. Don't wait till Sunday where you get them for free. Puff the Magic Dragon. That's it. I don't think Sensei's watching now, is he? Is he here now? Is Sensei watching? Not got phones help, so near bottom is good. Not got phone help. Well, you have, Ken. You have Kent Paranormal. You do have phone help, right? It's called follow me on X and Instagram or Discord. Yeah, you do. But if you can't be bothered to bloody pay attention, turn the bells on, then you don't get notified. You miss out. I mean, I was up all night sharing information to everybody. I mean, people were in Discord this morning going, I love this. I was doing all sorts. Where were you? Asleep, probably. You snooze, you lose. I tell people about it all the time. You snooze, you lose. Cheers, Martin. Thank you, mate. Year to date, you're up. No. Oh, my God, no. Year to date, you're up. Oh, my God, no. No. Oh, hang on a minute. Year to date, no. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Oh, hang on a minute. That's the wrong. That's bloody Levi Strauss, isn't it? No. Nowhere bloody near. I'm down about 60 grand on this crash. Yeah. 60 grand down. Yep. Terrible. That doesn't matter. Check out the Martyn Lucas merchandise store. Martyn and Sensei limited edition mugs now available. 007 approves. Drink your tea in style. Ordered now. Oh, by the way, James 007, what's your channel all about, mate? I was watching your channel yesterday and I was walking around. I was going around a bus museum in silence. I'm thinking, oh, hello, here he is, Rod. Rod, you've just finished recording a video. Rod, you got 2 minutes. Quick. Here he is. You have 5 minutes before earnings. Let's see if Rod comes in. Right. Let's see if he comes in. Right. Let's see if he's got the message, right? Okay. So, yeah, James 007. So there you are in these places all around the place. He goes on little visits and he was in like, there was all these buses in a bus factory. It was a bus museum. Some people wouldn't find that most people wouldn't find that interesting, but James loves it. 007, he loves walking around buses, right? I quite enjoyed it. And I thought, when's he going to speak? He doesn't speak. It's like a top secret mission. That's why he's James 007. You've just got this camera lurking around, looking at the buses, waiting for someone to say something, and no one ever does. It's a mystery. Right, there you go. Hello, guys. Hope you're all well. Lee Ramsey, but well. When Martin's shop is empty, I have KPI merch. Oh, here we go again. Yeah. Don't worry, mate. My shop's never empty. My shop's never empty. All right? My shop is never empty. Okay? There's always something in it. Don't you worry about that, Kent Paranormal. Unbelievable. The cheek of it all. The cheek of it. Is Sensei in the show here today? How long we got? Sensei Crypto. Yes, he is. Are you here? In fact, I don't need to ask him. I can see he is. Right. Okay. Levi Strauss, 5 minutes ago. Let me update it. You've always got to update it, folks. You never know. Here comes the music from Levi. They always play funky music, folks. You all know now, if you've watched these videos, you all know they're always funky music. Right. I just go to random places and make videos, but with no talking in the videos. It's a visual experience. There you go. That's it. That is what it's about. It's a visual experience. I'll tell you what, it's very, very nice. Very good camera work. Very good. But the narration's a bit limited. It's very nice, actually. It's very relaxing. If you want to go around the world, right? If you want to see stuff around the world, James 007, right? And you can see stuff. He doesn't say anything. He just see stuff. Now, you might say, well, isn't that like watching a travel program? Yep. Just turn the sound off. Yep. Yeah. Watch Alan Wicker. You know Alan Wicker, most famous traveler in the world. Just get one of his box sets right? He goes to every country in the world, bit like me, right? And just mute it. That's basically what you get with James. You get travel experience in silence. There it is. Now you're intrigued, aren't you? You're thinking, what the bloody hell's this? What the bloody hell's this? You're gonna check him out now, aren't you? I know what's going to happen. Anyway, right, how long we got? 2 minutes. Oh, Rod, you're letting me down, Rod. I said to come into the show, be quick. Coming on, be quick. My God, how long does it take? When Rod comes in, can we give him a hard time? We've got literally 3 minutes left. To be fair, I would have expected the earnings to be at 1 or 2 minutes late, so we're not going to worry too much. But when he comes in, give him a hard time, right? 1930 to 1931 went down 57%, then rebounded up 41%. Where's the link? Bloody hell, where's the link? Unbelievable. The stupid poll is in the way of the chat now. The stupid poll is in the way of the chat. What are you on about, the stupid poll? Is in the way of the chat. How can the stupid poll be in the way of the chat? I've just given you the bloody link. The stupid poll is in the way of the chat. How can that be? I'm going to end the poll, shall I? End the poll. Why on earth is he saying the stupid poll is in the way of the chat? I don't understand that. He's Canadian, isn't he? All right? Link. No, not to call in. Oh, my God. He wants to call in. This is ridiculous. He wants to call in. Now I'm going to really wind him up. There you go. I'm really going to wind him up now. He's got 1 minute. He's never going to get in on time. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Between Rod from Powell Group and Psycho from the Fortune Teller. Same thing, mate. Equally as crazy. Equally as crazy. This is unbelievable. If he calls in now, like, seriously, like, what a time to call in. Right, I'm going to have to, I'll tell you what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to do that. Unbelievable. He's calling in. I can't believe he's calling in. Unbelievable. He is. He's calling in. Right, let me turn that down. Right. So I can monitor that at the same time. I can't believe he's calling in, everybody. Can you believe it? Here he is. Look, Powell Group. He's live on the telly. How are you, Rod?
Hello. Doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. But I didn't invite you to be on the show, mate. I just said come in the chat because we want to give you our time. And you just went, I'm just going to call in then. Take over the show. You know we got 1 minute before Levi Strauss earnings. They'll probably be late, so don't worry. We've been winding you up. Good. We've been winding you up today, mate. We had a poll and it was like tomorrow morning is Tilray earnings, as you probably know, right? And I said, I bet you Rod will do it. I said, shall we do it just to annoy him to steal all the audience because we get a bigger audience? Shall we do it? And one guy paid me $5 just to do it, not to cover it, just to annoy you. Oh, hang on.
No worries.
No, the earnings hasn't started yet. So what we're going to do, they're about to start the earnings. So after this, I'm going to put out my promo video for Tilray Brands. I'm going to tag you in it though, right? I'm going to tag you in it for no reason other than just to wind you up, right? And then we'll see what happens. Are you covering the earnings?
Yeah, I'll be doing the live stream tomorrow morning.
There we go. Don't watch that, folks. My earnings will be better, right? Don't just say it. I'll be wearing a tie, the same colour as he'll be wearing a hoodie, right? So what do you want? A yellow hoodie or yellow tie? The choice is yours. Tomorrow morning. Hey, Rod, listen, 2 o'clock this morning, 5 to 2 this morning, I called exactly to the penny at the bottom and bought 12 shares of the S&P. I got on the phone to a few managers and they were all buying at the same time. How about that?
Yeah, that's crazy. I just recorded a video. I'm going to be publishing it after this.
Go and check it out. I've got to go. The earnings call's just beginning. You weren't supposed to come in the chat, mate. You got in there a bit lucky. All right.
Yeah, I misunderstood. Thank you.
You're welcome, mate.
Enjoy the earnings.
Yeah.
Being recorded and may not be reproduced in whole or in part without written permission from the company. This conference call is being broadcast over the internet and a replay of the webcast will be accessible
On
for
this
1
channel.
quarter on the
We're
company's
recording it
website
on this
at
channel.
levistrauss.com.
Don't need that.
I would now like to hand the call over to Ida Orphan, Vice President of Investor Relations at Levi Strauss Company.
Thank you for joining us on the call today to discuss the results for our first quarter fiscal 2025. Joining me on today's call are Michelle Goss, our President and CEO, and Harmit Singh, our Chief Financial and Growth Officer. We have posted complete Q1 financial results in our earnings release on the IR section of our website, investors.levistrauss.com. The link to the webcast of today's conference call can also be found on our site. We'd like to remind you that we will be making forward-looking statements on this call, which involve risks and uncertainties. Actual results could differ materially from those contemplated by our forward-looking statements. Please review our filings with the SEC, in particular the Risk Factors section of our Form 10-K for the fiscal year ended December 1, 2024, and the MD&A section of our recently filed Form 10-Q for the factors that could cause our results to differ. Also note that the forward-looking statements on this call are based on information available to us as of today, and we assume no obligation to update any of these statements. During this call, we will discuss certain non-GAAP financial measures. These non-GAAP measures are not intended to be a substitute for our GAAP results. Reconciliations of our non-GAAP measures to their most comparable GAAP measure are included in today's press release. Reconciliation of non-GAAP forward-looking information to the corresponding GAAP measures, however, cannot be provided without unreasonable efforts due to the challenge in quantifying various items, including but not limited to the effects of foreign currency fluctuations, taxes, newly imposed U.S. tariffs, and any additional responsive non-U.S. tariffs or additional U.S. tariffs, and any future restructuring-related severance, and any other charges. This call is being webcast on our IR website, and a replay of this call will be available on the website shortly. Please note that Michelle and Harmit will be referencing organic net revenues or constant currency numbers unless otherwise noted, and information provided is based on continuing operations, which excludes $76 million of net revenues related to Dockers. Today's call is scheduled for 1 hour, so please limit yourself to one question at a time to give others the opportunity to have their questions addressed. And now I'd like to turn over the call to Michelle.
Thank you, and welcome everyone to today's call. I'm pleased to share that 2025 is off to a strong start, and our shift to becoming a DTC-first company is driving both strategic and financial value. In Q1, we exceeded expectations across sales, margins, and EPS, driven by the momentum of our strategies. We again achieved high single-digit organic net revenue growth, up 9%. Direct-to-consumer continues to be the primary growth driver, up 12%, fueled by positive comp growth, successful new openings, and strong e-com performance. Our wholesale business delivered another quarter of positive growth, up 5%. Our U.S. business further accelerated, up 8%, while international was strong as well, up 9%. And we extended our market leadership with share gains across both women's and men's. I am proud we are able to deliver these strong results while fundamentally changing the way we work as part of our hard pivot towards becoming a best-in-class omnichannel retailer. Given last week's tariff announcements, we're dealing with a dynamic macro environment. However, I'm confident in our ability to navigate these rapidly evolving times. As an iconic brand with more than 170 years of history, we've weathered challenging times before. We have a playbook that begins with leveraging the strength of our brand and our deep connection with consumers. We know, especially during times like these, people turn to the brands they know and trust and prioritize value and quality, and that's what Levi's has always stood for. Today, almost 60% of our revenue is generated outside the U.S. We have scale with an agile global supply chain, deep vendor relationships, and a strong balance sheet, all of which position us well to navigate this time of uncertainty. I'll now walk you through highlights from the quarter in the context of our strategies. Note that all numbers that Harmit and I will reference are on an organic basis and exclude Dockers, which, as you saw in our release, has been moved to discontinued operations as we explore a sale of the brand. Let's start with our first strategy, being brand-led. The Levi's brand was up 8% for the quarter and continues to reach new levels of strength all over the world. While many brands aspire to be at the center of culture, we are firmly there. You can see that through our partnership with the most influential artist of our generation, Beyoncé. Since launching Reimagine in September of 2024, the campaign has generated more than 4.3 billion impressions and more than $65 million in estimated earned media value, continuing to help us drive equity gains with men and women across our markets. As another proof point in our ongoing efforts to drive brand heat, this last quarter, the Levi's brand was featured in A Complete Unknown, a highly celebrated biopic of Bob Dylan starring Timothée Chalamet. Bob Dylan, known for his love of Levi's, has shaped and defined culture across many decades. To commemorate the film's release, we launched a limited edition collection featuring some of Bob Dylan's wardrobe staples. This example of how we lean into our legacy to spark inspiration for the future is further proof that we're not a heritage brand, but instead a brand with heritage. We are also partnering with authentic, locally influential icons to drive brand heat and anchor the brand at the center of culture across the globe. Earlier this month, we expanded our partnership in India with Punjabi superstar Diljit Dosanjh and launched a new campaign in Germany with Stephanie Geisinger, strengthening our appeal with consumers in both of these important markets. And as a testament to the strength of the Levi's brand, we gained market share in men's and women's in the quarter, further solidifying our #1 position in denim across both categories. And consistent with our strategy to recruit younger fans to the brand, we also grew share with our 18 to 30-year-old target consumer demographic. These consumers transacted a higher AUR and purchased more frequently than our average consumer. Moving to product. While our history is built on jeans, our future will be built around lifestyle, always rooted in denim. For most of our history, we've been known as a men's jeans business, but to achieve our bold aspirations, we need to be more. Over the last couple of years, we have significantly expanded our head-to-toe offering, especially with women, while maintaining our dominance with men. This enables us to further expand our already large total addressable market. And as a result, women's continue to accelerate, growing double digits over the last 2 quarters, and now represents 38% of net revenues. Tops represents more than 20% of our business, which has more than doubled over the last 10 years. Inspired by denim lifestyle, newer categories such as dresses, skirts, and outerwear continue to grow at a faster pace than the rest of the business. And while we're the leader in jeans, our portfolio beyond denim bottoms now comprises 35% of our total sales. As we diversify our product portfolio, we also remain laser focused on our core Levi's bottoms business, and in Q1, bottoms were up 9%, driven by strength in both men's and women's. The continued success we've achieved in bottoms is attributable to our fit diversification strategy. We have a style for everyone, for every occasion, and for any time of year. Loose and baggy fits, which make up roughly 15% of our total bottoms portfolio, continue to be a significant growth driver. For her, we're building on the trend with new fits. A great example is our launch of the cinched baggy, available across both DTC and wholesale, which went viral on TikTok and created tremendous interest with search volumes surpassing 200 million. And with men, we've been focused on expanding this trend through new fit launches like the 568 loose straight and the 578 baggy. While there's so much buzz around the loose and baggy trend, slim and skinny styles remain a wardrobe staple and comprise more than 20% of both our women's and men's bottoms businesses. We continue to infuse innovation and newness into these styles with a robust pipeline of new fits, finishes, and fabrics. Our men's classic 511 slim fit is a great example, now offered across a range of fabrics, washes, and colors, as well as part of our new tech series, earning us more space in his closet. As part of our denim lifestyle strategy, tops remain a key growth category for us, and in the quarter, tops grew 7%. We're seeing stronger growth in our direct-to-consumer channel, up low double digits, where we offer our broadest assortment. There is a long runway for growth in our tops business, and the strong demand we're seeing in our DTC channel give us great confidence that this will scale to be a meaningful part of our business over time. Our pipeline of newness and innovation remains robust, and I'm confident this will continue to drive impact and resonate with our fans. We continue to see an opportunity to further premiumize the brand with the global launch of the Levi's Blue Tab collection. Introduced in Asia earlier this year, Blue Tab pairs our iconic Levi's aesthetic with the quality and sensibility of Japanese craftsmanship. Our most elevated expression of denim leadership to date, the collection features iconic denim staples along with new tops, skirts, and outerwear. And building on the success of our lightweight denim collection, we're excited to introduce our newest innovation, linen and denim, combining the authentic feel of blue jeans with soft, light linen. Now shifting to our strategy to be DTC first. Our global direct-to-consumer business delivered another quarter of double-digit growth, up 12%.
Nearly 76,000 now, guys. Thank you very much indeed.
Quarter of positive comp. AURs in the channel were up mid-single digits as customers are gravitating to more premium products, as well as an intentional reduction in promotion in our stores. DTC productivity actions, including improving the front-of-house consumer experience and back-of-house efficiency, are driving growth across key metrics, including strong conversion and traffic trends, fueling significant margin expansion in this channel. I see firsthand how our strategies and actions are driving these results when I walk our stores and get feedback from our team. Our stores today reflect a more robust, head-to-toe offering compared to when we were mainly a men's denim bottoms destination. And we're now showcasing a broader denim lifestyle assortment through tops, dresses, outerwear, skirts, and both denim and non-denim bottoms. Our inventory levels are healthier with better in-stock availability, and we're equipping our stylists with enhanced product knowledge and improved selling techniques. The results of all of this work are more productive and profitable doors, increasing our conviction that we can build several hundred more stores in the future. And we are on that path today. In Q1, we continued executing our retail expansion plans. Notable openings include Rome on Via Cola di Renzo, one of the most renowned shopping streets in Italy, and continued expansion across Mexico and India as we grow our retail footprint in these important markets. We have abundant opportunity to increase our DTC presence in major markets all around the world, including here in the US. Our efforts to accelerate our performance in our e-commerce business are working, with the channel up 16% in Q1 on top of 13% in the prior year. Over the last couple of years, the team has been focused on 3 core areas to fuel momentum in our e-com channel, including fixing the fundamentals, evolving the assortment, and elevating the consumer experience, creating a much more premium and engaging destination for the full Levi's experience. We have upgraded the content on our site with higher quality imagery that focuses on our lifestyle assortment and enhanced storytelling. We're featuring more use of videos on our product detail pages, which allow our consumers to see our product in motion. And we're seeing a strong response from our consumers with customer satisfaction scores for the US e-com business rising to its highest level ever. Today, comprising just 12% of our total company net revenues, we believe that e-commerce represents another significant engine for growth. DTC ended the quarter at 52% of total global net revenues, up 2 points to last year, accounting for over half of our total revenue, a milestone as we transform into a DTC-first company. We are also encouraged by the performance in our global wholesale channel, up 5%, driven by strong growth in the US. US wholesale exceeded our expectations in the quarter, up 9%, in part driven by door expansion and more space with our broadened lifestyle assortment. Our Levi's women's business was a particular bright spot, up 17%. Consistent with our strategy to diversify our channels of business, US department stores now represent just 7%, which is less than half of what it was 10 years ago. Signature, our value brand, also grew this quarter, up 19%, driven by strength in our seasonal fits. And as we look to the balance of the year, we remain prudent as respects global wholesale. We continue to expect the channel to be flat for the full year on an organic basis, and this continues to be an important, profitable channel for us. Now turning to our third strategy, powering the portfolio. Our international business represents close to 60% of our total business today, up 9% in Q1, driven by growth in Mexico, the UK, France, and Germany. International growth remains an important opportunity for us long term, and we continue to believe that we are underpenetrated. Beyond Yoga was up 10% in Q1. We are continuing to focus on brand building initiatives to drive awareness and profitable growth. Customers are responding to our broadened assortment of colorways and styles, as well as new products like our Luxe Fleece collection, expanded outerwear assortment, and our lifestyle status trouser. And comp sales in our small but growing network of stores were positive for the quarter. In closing, we are pleased with our strong start to the year. We recognize that the environment around us continues to have uncertainty, and we're focused on the things we can control. Our first quarter performance demonstrates how our transformation into a best-in-class lifestyle retailer is accelerating both the top line and the bottom line. Our key strategies of being brand-led, DTC first, and powering our portfolio, along with our efforts to rewire our company to be faster and more consumer-obsessed, are working and are gaining momentum. Our team is focused on executing with excellence, and I'm grateful to our employees around the globe for their commitment to the change underway and for their unwavering dedication to consistently deliver for our fans. I am confident we have the right foundation to capture the opportunity ahead and deliver profitable long-term growth for all of our shareholders. And with that, I'll turn it over to Harmit to provide a financial overview of the quarter and our expectations for the year. Harmit?
Thank you, Michelle. We started the year with momentum. Our financial results were better than expected, and our transformation to a DTC-first lifestyle business is making real progress. As you saw in this morning's press release, Dockers has been reclassified to discontinued operations. As you will notice, while Dockers was a positive contributor to sales, our gross and operating margin structure is higher, excluding Dockers, thereby improving the structural economics and profitability of our remaining business. Our focus on structural economics is reflected in the fact that net revenues, margins, expenses, and EPS were all better than expected. While global wholesale net revenues were up for the second consecutive quarter, our direct-to-consumer business continues to lead our growth, with net revenues up 12% as we consistently execute the three things that matter most in this channel, what I call a trifecta: positive comp sales, opening high-performing stores, and growing e-commerce profitability. Besides the double-digit top-line growth, our direct-to-consumer EBIT margins grew 500 basis points in the quarter, contributing to the company's overall margin expansion. This is helping drive sustainable sequential progression across our P&L. Q1 25 organic net revenues accelerated to 9% versus flat in Q1 23 and 24. Gross margin was a record at 62.1 this quarter versus 58.2 in Q1 24 and 56.5 in Q1 23. Given our expense discipline in Q1, we were also able to leverage adjusted SG&A margin by 70 basis points, all of which drove 400 basis points of adjusted EBIT margin expansion to 13.4% versus 9.4% in Q1 24 and 11.5% in Q1 23. Now turning to a brief review of our results. 9% top-line growth was driven by better than expected performance in both direct-to-consumer and wholesale channels. Two-thirds of the growth was driven by units and a third by higher AURs. Turning to margins, we continue to see expansion in both our gross and operating margins. Gross margin for Q1 was 62.1% of net revenues, a new record. Gross margin expanded 330 basis points relative to last year, driven primarily by the continued benefit of lower product costs, favorable channel and brand mix, and higher full price selling. Adjusted SG&A expenses in the quarter were up 2% versus prior year to $744 million from higher distribution expenses driven by a transition to a hybrid 3PL structure. We were pleased to see our adjusted SG&A rate of 48.7% improve after last quarter's elevated levels, leveraging 70 basis points versus prior year. Gross profit dollars growth outpaced the adjusted SG&A dollar increase, delivering a flow-through of 84%, driving adjusted EBIT margin expansion of 400 basis points to 13.4%. Adjusted diluted EPS came in at 38 cents, well ahead of our expectations and up 52% to prior year. We ended the quarter with reported inventory dollars up 7% to the prior year. We feel comfortable with the level and composition of our inventory and have secured the majority of inventory required to meet U.S. orders for quarter two. In the quarter, as planned, we closed 21 net stores as a system. However, this consists of 30 new store openings, primarily full-price Levi's brand stores, and 51 closures, which were mostly underperforming franchisee stores in China. Our disciplined fleet review process ensures that the doors we are opening are productive and only the most profitable with the highest return opportunity remain open. In the quarter, we returned $81 million to shareholders in the form of dividends and share buybacks, which were up 12% to prior year. In quarter two, we have declared a dividend of 13 cents per share, an increase of 8% versus prior year. Now let's review the key highlights by segment. The Americas net revenues were up 11%, fueled by double-digit growth across both direct-to-consumer and wholesale. In the U.S., net revenues were up 8%, driven by high single-digit growth in both channels. Our business in Mexico was up 6% from increased traffic in our stores as well as e-commerce growth. For the segment, strong gross margin and SG&A leverage led to operating margin of 21.7%, improving 370 basis points to prior year. Europe was positive for the third consecutive quarter. Net revenues were up 3% in Q1, led by double-digit growth in key markets like the UK and Germany. Direct-to-consumer continued to accelerate this quarter, up 11%, supported by comp stores, e-commerce, and more full-price sales. While wholesale shipping was down in the quarter, given the transition of our distribution center in Germany, we expect wholesale in the segment to return to growth in quarter two and have strong pre-book orders, up mid to high single digits for spring and summer. Gross margin expansion drove operating margin to leverage 120 basis points versus prior year to 25.6%. Asia net revenues increased 10% compared to prior year. Direct-to-consumer net revenues were up 14%, led by double-digit growth in key markets like Japan, Korea, and Turkey. Our South Asia, Middle East, and Africa business, which includes India, was also up double digits this quarter as improved in-store retail experiences drove higher UPT and better conversion rates in addition to growth in wholesale. This quarter, our China business was flat to prior year, and we continue to have modest expectations in 25 as our work to reset this market is underway. Operating margin of 18.8% was up 200 basis points to last year from stronger gross margin. Now turning to our full year and quarter two guidance. We had a strong first quarter with broad-based strength across segments, channels, and categories, delivering a notable beat for the quarter. And we saw solid trends continue through March. However, as you all know, There were changes to the tariff structure announced a few days ago. Given that the situation is fluid and unprecedented, the impacts are uncertain. We are in the process of scenario planning and determining different mitigation strategies. We recognize this is a quickly evolving macro situation, and we have to see where the dust settles to give you the guidance that is going to be as helpful to you as possible. For now, our full year outlook remains unchanged and includes no impact from the proposed tariffs. Our Q2 outlook remains consistent with our internal plan. The impacts of tariffs will have a minimal impact to our margin structure in the quarter, as most of the product for spring, early summer is already in the US. As a reminder, Q2 is seasonally our lowest quarter for revenue and margins in the year. For quarter two, we expect organic net revenue growth from continued operations of 3.5% to 4.5%. This excludes approximately 2 points of foreign exchange headwind and 1.5 points attributable to the exit of Denizen and our footwear business, which implies being flat to up 1% for the quarter on a reported basis. Gross margin is expected to be up between 80 basis points to 100 basis points, and adjusted EBIT margin is expected to be in the range of 5.5% to 6%. This translates to an adjusted diluted EPS of approximately 11 to 13 cents, which includes around 3 cents headwind from foreign exchange and a higher tax rate versus prior year. With this expectation, our profitability assumptions will be significantly higher, up approximately 20% versus H1 24. In closing, I will leave you with 3 thoughts. First, while the tariffs announced last week pose a significant challenge for us and the industry, our business and our brands have endured for 170 years, proving our resilience. Today, the Levi's brand is stronger than ever, with diversified global revenue, solid margin structure, agile sourcing base with deep vendor relationships, and a strong balance sheet. We are well positioned to manage through this uncertain time. Second, we deliver strong first quarter results, and we're starting the year with momentum. Our new products are resonating and driving market share gains. We have a robust product pipeline that will fuel growth in our denim and non-denim business for the rest of 25 and beyond. We're making incredible progress on growing the direct-to-consumer channel to a longer-term goal of 55% of our business, while also growing wholesale. Third, we are both transforming our business while delivering strong financial results and improving our structural economics as we continue on a path to becoming a $10 billion company with 15% operating margins. I will now open up the line for Q&A.
Please tap the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you very much indeed.
The floor is now open for questions. If you have a question, please press star, then the numbers 11 on your telephone keypad. Due to time constraints, the company requests that you ask only one question. If you have an additional question, please queue up again. If at any point your question has been answered, you may remove yourself from the queue by pressing star 11 again. Our first question comes from the line of Laurent Vasilescu of BNP Paribas. Your line is open, Laurent.
Good afternoon, Michelle and Harmit. Thanks for taking our question. With tariffs front and center on everyone's mind, can you provide a percentage breakdown of sourcing by key countries for the investors on this call? What are your suppliers saying about providing potential concessions? And then on passing some of the tariffs down the value chain, how much and when do you think you can raise pricing? Thank you very much.
Yes. Hi, Laurent. Thanks for the question. So let me just take a step back for a minute. And, obviously the news on tariffs is very new. It's fluid. This was just a couple of days ago, and I think we, like the industry, are getting our arms around it. I would say that as we enter in this period, we are coming from a place of strength. We have momentum on the business. The brand's never been stronger, and we've achieved significant margin expansion. That said, we have a task force assembled, assessing the various scenarios and identifying what levers we have to mitigate. And you've named a couple of them, but I'd first start with, the structural changes, cost structure that we can make as part of our transformation initiatives. As you know, we've made significant progress. You see it again in Q1 with margin expansion. So we will look there first on how we can accelerate further margin and cost opportunities. Point number 2 is, yes, we will work with all of our stakeholders. That includes our vendors, it includes our customers, as we assess and look at what opportunities we have. As it relates to our vendors, we've got long, deep relationships with many suppliers around the world. We source from 28 countries, 20 of which are countries that we source into the U.S. I'll speak to some of the countries in a moment. So that is definitely an area that we're investigating, but we're in the very early days on that, Laurent, so I'd say more to follow. And then similarly on pricing, as we look at pricing, we do believe that the brand, especially given the health of the brand, that there is pricing power there. But if we do anything, it'll be very surgical. As you saw even this past quarter, our average unit retails, our AURs, were up again. So the consumer is actually increasing prices. They, buy up into more premium product. So, that's an opportunity. We've also been pulling back, especially in our DTC channel, on some promotion. We had more full price selling. So that whole area is an opportunity. So I would just say more to come, but really we're looking at those 3 areas: the cost structure, kind of the end-to-end stakeholder and supply chain, and then surgical pricing. And then specific, to the supply chain, as I said, we have a global, long tenured supply chain. We source from over 28 countries, and the places that we source from are the places you'd expect from the industry. Some of the key countries for us, in no particular order, are places like Bangladesh, Cambodia, Egypt, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Vietnam. Those I'd say are our top vendors, but it's broad, and I'd say our supply chain is more agile today than it ever has been. We make pivots all the time. We will continue to do so as we look to address the issues both in the short, medium, and long term.
And I think what we've disclosed, Laurent, into the U.S. from China, approximately 1%, into the U.S. from Mexico, approximately 5%, and from Vietnam in the mid to high single digits into the U.S.
Very helpful. Thank you very much for your thoughts.
Thanks.
You. Thank you. Our next question comes from Dana Telsey from the Telsey Advisory Group. Please go ahead, Dana.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see the progress. As you think about inventory levels, Harmit, how are you planning inventory levels going forward on wholesale orders? What are you seeing from the accounts? And Michelle, given the Beyonce campaign and some of the other activations and collaborations, women's business, men's business, how are you thinking of the denim market growing, and what should we be looking at given the linen and denim and new things coming, and how you're thinking about pricing? Thank you.
Dana, a couple of things. Inventory at the end of Q1 was up 7. The composition of the inventory is healthy. And as I mentioned in the prepared remarks, for the U.S., we have product for spring and summer. And so that's why, we gave a guidance on Q2. The other thing is our Q2 includes March, and the trends in March are stronger than how we exited the February. So that's a perspective on that business. We're being prudent in inventory planning. As we think about the year, as you think about inventory, the 3 things, and now the 4th that we're keeping in mind, there was getting product in for spring and summer.
largely because the tariff clouds were, there was an overhang even a couple of months ago. The second for Europe is Red Sea disruption, and the third was generally, our thinking about the year. So being very prudent. As a reminder for everybody, we sell a lot of core, right? So a lot of our product is seasonless, and we can carry it through seasons. And our balance sheet is fairly strong. We talked about the cash position at the end of the quarter and the access to liquidity. So we are in a good spot in a lot of ways, but we're being prudent. To your question about wholesale orders, global wholesale was up 5%. U.S. wholesale was up 9% organically. This was the second quarter where we have seen both global wholesale and U.S. wholesale up. So as we think and as we are understanding right now, there's been no change to orders in from wholesale customers. Inventory or trade inventory is very similar to 2019 levels. Just now, let me shed a little bit of a perspective on wholesale in Europe. Wholesale in Europe was down in quarter one, essentially, as I said, because we are ramping up our distribution center. We expect wholesale to return to growth in quarter two. The best indication of wholesale demand in Europe is pre-book, which for spring and summer is positive, and for fall is positive right now. And I think the second question, Michelle, she asked you about the denim
Yes.
category.
So Dana, thanks for the question. And I think to echo what we said in our remarks, we're really pleased with the start of the year. And the Levi's brand has never been stronger. So the Levi's brand was at 8% in the quarter. And I think to your question, we're seeing gains in both men and women, both in market share and in equity. So specific to the Beyonce campaign, 4.3 billion press impressions, more than 65 million in media value alone. But I think importantly, it's creating a nice tailwind to everything else that we're doing. Specific to, as we think about our transformation, we must preserve and drive the leadership position in men's. But our intention has been to accelerate with women's because we're undershared there. Women's is now 38% of our business. Q1 was our fourth consecutive quarter of double-digit growth. Like I said, we are now firmly in the number one position market share in the U.S., and we're growing that, which is really exciting. Women's was up 12% overall across all channels and geographies. And then, if you look at DTC, which is really the leading indicator, up 16% in the quarter, and really delivering on that head-to-toe lifestyle. So as we pivot from jeans to becoming DTC, becoming head-to-toe, we're seeing that in our DTC results, up 12%, and we're seeing that in women's and in lifestyle. So like I said, women's up 16%, and both bottoms and tops growing. The team is really nailing it in terms of driving trends and fashion fits. Diversifying the fit opportunities. So strength and loose and baggy continues, but our core remains strong. Western wear continues to trend. The list goes on. But, even in times like these, when it's turbulent, we're going to lean in and, please our fans with delivering the highest quality product. It's a great value and deliver that innovation.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Matthew Boss of JP Morgan. Please go ahead, Matthew.
Great, thanks, and congrats on a nice quarter.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
So Michelle, could you elaborate on key drivers of the 9% organic growth, maybe consumer demand and market share trends that you're seeing in the Americas? And Harmit, if you could maybe speak to the cadence of gross margin in the second quarter relative to the back half.
Sure.
Great. So I can start. I mean, one of the things, Matt, that we're really proud of the team's efforts this quarter is really across the board, we saw strength. So if you take our geographies as an example, so our total organic revenue is up 9%. We saw strength in the Americas, in Europe, and in Asia, and Beyond Yoga, I would say as well, as that carries forward another quarter of double-digit growth. The channels, both channels were positive. DTC up 12th quarter of positive growth. I can speak to that in a moment. as well as our wholesale business up 5%. And I'd say it's particular strength in U.S. wholesale. And then if I really double click under DTC, because that, the 9%, clearly the 12% is what's fueling the majority of that. It's now 52% of our business. As you know, our long-term goal that we've put out there is to be at least 55%. So we're making great progress. But if you think about DTC and look at some of the KPIs, the key metrics there, as it relates to our owned and operated stores, positive comp sales, we saw positive traffic, we saw positive conversion, and we saw positive AURs. E-commerce up 16%, again, positive traffic, conversion, and AURs. And so when you think about this, the growth is healthy and it's sustainable. We're seeing both it coming through volume and units, which accounted for about 2/3 of the business, and we're also seeing AURs up, which is about up 1/3. So, this, as we look at the trends, we feel like it's sustainable, and it's all coming off of the back of our key strategies. When we say DTC first, denim lifestyle, winning with women, we're seeing that across the board. And then, your second part of your question was around market share. And as I think I mentioned even in my earlier remarks, we're really pleased to see the growth we are seeing there. Both men's and women's grew market share in the U.S. This past quarter. Number one in both positions across both genders. And the other piece that we're seeing nice momentum and growth is growing market share with youth, that 18 to 30-year-old target customer, as well as the premium consumer. So there's just a lot to like and a lot of momentum we're seeing across all of our segments of the business.
And Matt, your question of gross margin, which to me is a great indicator of how the brand's doing. Record gross margins in quarter one at 62.1. I think the best way to think about it is half is driven by product costs, which are not truly just straight vendor negotiations. As part of our transformation efforts, we're taking a hard look at SKUs. We have reduced our SKUs. We're taking a hard look at assortments that are not as productive, as well as our newer innovations are great margins. So that's one piece of it. And the other half, I would say, is a combination of mix, which is higher women's, higher DTC, higher international, higher full price selling that Michelle referred to. There's a real focus, given that our products are hitting home. We drive higher full price selling, and we had favorable effects given our hedging strategy. Similar for Q2. So Q2, we reflected margins will be up 80 to 100 basis points, again, driven by this. And on a full year basis, 100 basis points. To your question about cadence, first half versus second half, the first half is really strong. The second half, because our margin structure was very strong a year ago, the second half will be muted. Still up, but, much lower than the first half. And, obviously, we're focused on driving more full price selling. It's something that is difficult to predict. That's why, we continue to beat margins. And the other reason that's driving higher margin is the wonderful DTC business is higher gross margin.
Great color. Best of luck.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Jay Sole of UBS. Please go ahead, Jay.
Great. Thank you so much. Maybe just on the guidance for Q2, can you give us a sense of, for that organic net revenue growth, how you see that by region?
So similar, Jay, I would say, the U.S. low to mid-single digit, as you think about, Q2, Europe, probably mid-single digit with one difference. Wholesale should return to growth, given what I indicated. In Asia, again, mid-single digit. If you think of channels, DTC, I would say high single digit, and global wholesale, flat to slightly up is the general thinking at this stage.
Got it. All right, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Ike Boruchow of Wells Fargo. Please go ahead, Ike.
Hey, thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. Harmeet, I think two for you. Just can you walk us through the expense deleverage that looks to be implied in the 2Q after getting some pretty good leverage in 1Q, and then it looks like the back half should go back to kind of getting nice leverage to flat. Just what exactly are the spending dynamics kind of taking place in the second quarter? And then bigger picture for you, it sounds like there's no revenue issues for the business at all right now, but at least over the past couple weeks, it might be helpful. Could you talk about the brand overseas? I think there's some growing narrative about anti-American response to U.S. brands that are a risk to what's going on geopolitically. Would love to hear if you're seeing any of that, or if there's any noteworthy developments that you've come across in the past couple weeks. Thank you.
Right. So Ike, I'll try and do this in a speed round. Right now, international business is fairly strong. We are not seeing any impact internationally. From our perspective, we've been here for a long time. Internationally, as a business, we've been around for over 80 years. So we're not seeing it. We're entrenched with the local consumers, connecting really well, and our new product offers that Michelle referred to are generally doing well. To your question about the quarter two guidance, so quarter two, just as a reminder, is largely is our lowest volume quarter, just from the seasonality. First quarter has a December holiday, third quarter has back to school, and the fourth quarter has the beginning of holidays. The second quarter, so seasonally, it's the lowest quarter. In terms of SG&A increase, the first quarter was up 2%. We expect the second quarter to be up 3%. SG&A as a rate is in the mid-50s. It was around under 50. We still expect SG&A for the year to be around 50%. And this is prior to any actions that we take, as Michelle referred to, to mitigate actions on tariff, etc. And the EPS decline relative to last year is primarily driven by foreign exchange and higher tax. Even though foreign exchange rates have improved a little from the last quarter, they're very volatile. They go up and down. And so our perspective is FX and higher tax will probably impact EPS adversely by about 3 cents. But structurally, the business is in good standing. Gross margins, we expect to be up, and organic rate to be up 3.5%-4%. Think of our reported revenue. Reported revenue in quarter two, I said, is flat to slightly up. And so that's what the deleverage in terms of EBIT percentage.
Yeah, the only thing I would add to what Harmeet's saying is just, you think about the whole year. We're obviously think about our strategy is to drive the top line. We'll get some leverage there and drive margin expansion, both in gross margin over the year and in EBIT margin. And as you know, we saw progress from 2024 over 2023, and we've guided the year to see another level of expansion there as well. All of this, of course, does not yet reflect the tariffs.
Got it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Ike.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Chris Nardone of BofA. Please go ahead, Chris.
Great, guys. Good afternoon. Just a couple follow-ups. First, on U.S. wholesale, can you just clarify whether your guidance is implying positive or negative growth for the remainder of this year? And then looking out, it sounds like you benefited from expanding into some newer wholesale distribution points in the first quarter. How big is this opportunity over the medium term, and do you need growth in U.S. wholesale to reach your medium-term EBIT margin targets?
So, Chris, we've had 2 great quarters on wholesale. U.S. and the team, big shout out to them. They've delivered U.S. wholesale growth in the first 2 quarters. I indicated, I think, in the earlier question, Q2 globally, we expect wholesale to be flat to slightly up. Our expectation in U.S. wholesale right now, we continue to be prudent. And so we think, a flat number is a good number at this stage. Obviously, if we're another quarter under the belt, we'll talk about the full year from that perspective. On the distribution, you are right. Our opportunities on distribution in the U.S. is primarily around the categories we're growing DTC. We think we have an opportunity in women's. We think we have an opportunity in tops. And as you know, after the exit of Denizen in Target, we are working with our customers, in this case Target, to try and grow our Levi's business, and that's making a difference. So as we think about opportunities of distribution and wholesale, there are opportunities around the company, especially as we grow the categories and both gender, women and men's, as Michelle referred to, and the different categories as we pivot to a denim lifestyle company.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Oliver Chen of TD Cowen. Please go ahead, Oliver.
Hi, thanks. Michelle and Harmeet, in the past, what are your thoughts around frameworks around pricing, and also when you look at tariffs in the past, what percentage did you absorb versus share with customers in different ways? And as we look forward, pricing has been something that you've adjusted in the past recently in terms of prices being too high. So would you take lower margins in terms of offering the consumer a good value? I know there's a very dynamic situation here with tariffs and inflation.
Yes, Oliver, I'll take that. Thanks for the question. I mean, I think the word you just said is very appropriate, which is it is very dynamic right now. I mean, we're literally this whole situation is just a couple of days old, as you know, and I think as both Harmeet and I mentioned, we've got a really talented team right now who's dissecting the problem and looking at all the levers that we have to address the issue. Two of which you just hit on, which is, we will work with our vendors, with our customers to understand the best way forward. And then pricing is a potential lever. I would say, as we think about it, we will very much think about any pricing, if we do take pricing, very surgically. Number one of the things we've seen our consumer do is they're actually driving price up. You saw our AURs again this quarter increase as they gravitate to more premium products. So we expect that to continue. There could be more pricing power in our more premium products. So we'll look at that. Promotions. We have been surgically pulling back more in DTC, I would say, on promotions and achieving more full price selling. So that is something that we're going to examine. We can test pricing in our DTC channel. That's something that we can more easily do and understand the elasticity. We have recent experience, for example, in Mexico, where we successfully took some price adjustments based on the tariffs there. And then what I would say overall is, when we think about the Levi's brand, we address today a broad range of price points. If you start at the core of our product, we're at a very accessible price point in that $40, $50 range. Then we do compete in the value segment with Signature. That's largely offered in some of the mass channels. That's doing really well. We were up 19% this quarter. And then we go high end, all the way from, I'll call it our tier 2, which is in our mainline stores. You're seeing more and more on that of e-com. That's where we're in the $90, $100 range. And then even upwards of $200, $300 with tier 1 and our new Blue tab. So I share that in the spirit of, we have a lot to work with here to determine what is going to be our right path forward, but it's going to be really important for us to be super sensitive to the consumer and make sure that we're on the right path.
Okay, and Harmeet, can you get inventory faster, like now, in order to address what's happening? Or what happened with the inventory you have on hand relative to the win and the methodology for inventory valuation that we should know about with timing of prices relative to the cost of goods sold?
Yeah, I mean, Oliver, we're looking at all options right now. I'm sure a lot of our partners and vendors are being called, and so we're looking at options. We've been able to successfully air freight, in the past when we were chasing product. The fact that we have inventory for spring and summer is a good indication. We're also working on a faster go-to-market calendar, especially for the newer products. So, we're doing everything that we can within our means. And to your question about, cost accounting and, depending on where tariffs, it totally depends where tariffs settle. It's such a fluid situation, and so we're working through it.
Okay, thanks. Best regards.
Thanks, Oliver.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Paul Lejuez of Citi. Please go ahead, Paul.
Hey, thanks, guys. Curious how you're thinking about the various macro backdrops of the major regions that you operate in, and also how you're looking at the competitive landscape currently. If you're seeing any changes in terms of promotions, either increasing or decreasing, and just sort of what is the backdrop that you're thinking about by your major regions? Thanks.
Yeah. So the good news, Paul, is Q1 is a good indication of the momentum of the brand. The growth was broad-based. All regions were up. Europe was up only 3%, but on an organic basis, but because that was driven by the ramp-up in our distribution center. And so as we think across the world, Europe, 3rd consecutive quarter of growth, U.S., 5th consecutive quarter of growth, Mexico, 2nd consecutive quarter of growth, Asia up, double digits. So generally, the momentum is strong from that perspective. Being global and 60% international, I think will make a difference, at least from that perspective. Consumer, generally resilient across the world. They're responding to our new products. Our products offer great value, as Michelle referenced. So we're feeling generally good from that perspective.
Any changes on the promotional front?
Yeah, and promotions, actually, we are tightening promotions. I mean, and that's why the focus on full price sales, you can see it in margins. So we're not necessarily, going the other way at this stage, because the consumer is not giving us a reason for a change. And because inventories are generally in a good spot, there's no reason to push that down faster, or push price down faster.
Great. Thanks, Harmit. Good luck.
Thanks, Paul.
Comes from Brooke Roach of
Good afternoon, and thank you for taking our question. I was hoping you could talk a little bit more about your playbook should the macro environment worsen. What's the cost structure of your business today? How much is fixed versus variable? And how much additional SG&A leverage can you drive this year to offset higher product costs if the macro environment worsens materially? Thank you.
It's all being planned right now, Brooke. I think the best proxy, unfortunate, but the best proxy recently is 2020 and 21, which was COVID. At that point, our view was, fixed and variable. I'd say between 65 and 70 fixed, the rest variable. And variable, I'd also add incentives are variable, for example. But it's the last thing you want to touch, especially when there's so much momentum in the brand. I'll put it there. I think as you think about our stores, very similar cost structure, but even then, we actually grew our store base. We kept adding stores. And so, we're thinking through it. We're putting everything on the table right now as we think through the 3 levers, which is, cost initiatives without compromising the long term, stakeholder management discussions, which is customers and our vendor partners. And the third is pricing options or initiatives. And so we're looking at all options, Brooke. And then we have an international business that's very strong, right? That can also be, we can drive some momentum there to offset some softness, if any, in the U.S.
Great. Thanks so much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke. Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining our call today, and we look forward to talking to you next quarter.
There we go. There's the earnings for Levi Strauss. Thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you all in the morning. There is a link in the chat which will take you directly to the extra channel, which I predict will be even bigger than our main channel. It's growing really, really quickly. People are now joining us from around the world, wake up at different times, and there's always someone to talk to. We do a replay of today's show, starting from this morning's show all the way through. But what's amazing is the chat is live and you can carry on catching up with what you've missed, but also you can talk to fellow members around the world. And I predict in a year or so, this could be bigger than the main channel. It's quite exciting with the way I see people coming in. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll go in there and I'll see people in the chat from different sides of the world. This morning, I was seeing Jason from Australia in the chat. It's absolutely fantastic catching up with the shows. So that's it from me. I will see you back early in the morning. Look out for my promo video of Tilray. I'll be doing Tilray in the morning, the earnings earlier, 7 o'clock a.m., so half an hour earlier than normal. But between now and then, join me in the extra channel. That's it from me. I'm going to end the show quickly because I'm exhausted. I haven't slept for 2 days covering everything for you, so I'm going to sleep well tonight. Get to bed early, up again tomorrow morning. And Media Digitization Solutions said, you're back on course. We're actually ahead of course, actually, I want to tell you, because this morning I bought exactly at the bottom to the penny. I was getting some good information, and I've had a swing today. Look at this, the biggest swing ever. 13 grand down, nearly 1 grand up. $14,000 swing today, the biggest ever day in the history of the channel. 4 years, a 14 grand swing. And I bought another 12 shares of the S&P exactly there at exactly 1:55 a.m. this morning, 5 to 2. I bought that dip because others were buying, big buyers were buying, and also because it sat right on the circuit breaker. That's why I did it. And that's a $13,000 swing because of that. And now all my margin is covered by my dividend payments because I've reduced the margin cost from 5.25 to 4%. And I've managed to get more shares at the bottom as well. So it's been a perfect day today. Long-term investors, we just stay in. We don't sell. We don't have to sell. We accumulate more. And the $1 million is actually now ahead, maybe up to a year ahead of what it was before. So we're all good. That's it from me. Join me now on the extra channel. I will see you all back in the morning for Tilray Brands. That's it from me. Love you all. Have a wonderful evening. I'm off to bed once I've done the Tilray video. I'll chat with you now in the extra channel. And once again, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.